Alright, hello everyone, this is going to conclude the tutorials I make for the Big 20. So this is 5-3 for intermediate and advanced players. Recommending Toad here. Toad is the fastest character. There are a couple pretty tricky sections, but honestly, Toad makes a few areas a little easier than other characters as well, so there's a couple very tight jumps, but the rest of the level honestly isn't too bad as Toad. It looks a bit intimidating. But I'm going to go through some intermediate and advanced strats here, room by room. So first room here, no danger. I'm just going to come up here. If you're comfortable, oh god. If you're comfortable squeezing in a little ladder jump, you can do that. Be careful not to jump onto the ceiling. But anyway, for intermediate players, it's still not a terrible idea to grab the HP mushroom here if you want it. You know, just a little added safety, and it's so close to being right in your path. It only takes a couple seconds to grab it anyway. Well, that was a potion. You know, for advanced players, you can just skip that. Oh god, that's a really mean pattern. Okay, that's a rare pattern, thankfully. Hold on, I forgot. You kind of... So if you look in the top left corner, you'll sometimes, for a couple frames, see an albatross appear. If you see that, you know you're not going to get a troll pattern. If you don't see that in the upper left, you're still probably not going to get a troll pattern. But that's the jump pattern you would do to avoid the troll pattern. If you do see that little blip of an albatross, I usually go and then to here. But obviously the save state is kind of cursed. I'm not sure if that jump pattern I just did is always safe or not. I just so rarely get that troll pattern. But anyway, what we're going to do here is just come to a complete stop here in between these trees and grab the bob-omb when it gets here. And we're going to throw it as we land when we clear these two right here. So grab it in between the trees, land just past them, throw. And we're going to grab that one. When that one on the left starts blinking, we're going to move forward and throw it into that wall. So all together, grab at the trees, throw as you land, grab the right one, watch for the left one to start blinking, and throw. And then on this here, ladder, you want to be careful, oh god, not to be holding diagonal down, because there's no false floor to save you. So if you fall off the ladder, you just die. For intermediate players, I'd recommend grabbing the Bagler block here. Just walk off, jump, jump. And we're going to pretend like we're shooting a fireball in SMB1. So you're jumping, and then, you know, kind of mid-jump, you're doing a quick release of the run button to, you know, throw the fireball, or in this case, the block. So this background tree here has collision. I can't throw the blocks. If you look at the input display, I'm pressing the throw button. Over here I can, but you can't throw blocks here unless you do it like that. So you do want to ditch the block before you get to the tree. You know, for more advanced players, you want to be careful to hold diagonal down here. When you exit the ladder, you clear that lip a little sooner. Shave a few frames off. We're gonna grab the second bob-omb here, run off, and then here's a tricky part. We need to throw that bob-omb that we grabbed while we're over this pit, but we also need to be slightly on the descent so that we don't run right into the blast from the bob-omb. So let me demonstrate here. So grab the second one, run off, and then immediately jump again. Okay, so I made a save state here. So we're in this next room. This spark looks scary, but on the NES version, it's only scary if you're Luigi. On the All-Stars version, you have to do a little duck to avoid it. But if you remember where in the level you are on the screen transition, you can just hold right and run, and you'll get through the spark. If you kind of hesitate a little bit, then you'll need to do a little duck to avoid it. But anyway, we're gonna grab this block. Oh, I didn't need to do that. If you wanted to play it super safe, you could kill the spark, but you don't really need to do that. So come down here. You want to duck before you exit that that ledge over to the right. If you try to do that, it's just not going to work. So you want to be ducking as you exit this kind of inner tree branch or whatever it's supposed to be, and then you can just slip right through. So you just hold run and then down left, like right before you run off. Alright, if you want to avoid the bob-ombs, you can just charge a super jump here or use that little cubby on the left. I oftentimes bonk my head trying to jump out of there. Other thing you can do is just a little hesitation and then jump onto one of these bob-ombs. That's the fastest way to do it. And then, yeah, we're intermediate and advanced players here, so we're going to skip grabbing these blocks. Now this is one of the tighter jumps here. We're going to jump up onto this platform. And then we want to do a full jump to the right when we're like halfway off of here. One little trick that can be helpful is when you're changing directions, you change directions a little faster with a quick little release of the run button. It might be tough to tell, but you basically come to a grinding halt if you let go of the D-pad and the run button at the same time. You know, it's a very sticky game. People have the perception that this is a very slippery game, but it honestly is one of the more precisely controlled Mario games out there. You know, you can even, you know, change directions and accelerate in midair pretty well, so you have a lot of control over your character. But the plan here is going to be jump up, turn around, and then jump over there. So, and then from here, we're going to come up here and avoid that one. And then I'll show this all together here. Oop, forgot where my save state was. Charge a super jump. Alright, we are through. Alright, so onto this section, we want to grab one of these veggies. I like grabbing the first one because some people grab the last one, but if you mess it up, you might want to backtrack and grab another veggie, which takes some time. But I'm looking for the health meter to be right above the white part of the end of the log. From here, I'm going to do a full jump, and at the peak of my jump, I'm going to throw. Full jump, throw, and that kills that. And then we want to get back to right around where this line meets this log that we're standing on, or I guess it's a tree branch. And then that will spawn a second one that we can come in, and it'll be the same as the fast carpet trick in 1-2. Grab this, full jump, throw, change directions, jump, and we're on our way. You want to move yourself up about one tile to avoid that one. Then we're going to grab this one. Oh, and we got a fireball. That typically would bounce and give you a double hit. If you do it that way. There is another way to do it. I'm not actually familiar with it. It's slower, and I think it's harder to do. But now that I know the pattern, I'll see if I can show that off. Oh god. Alright, so this one's gonna be a fireball. Oh, and sorry, I was a little too far away there, but that's kind of the general gist of it. Or you can just fight the Birdo with an egg. You might as well bring at least one enemy with you, though. And you'll oftentimes get a heart here. To ensure your chances of getting a heart, you can come here and kill that. It's a little slower because you don't get Toad's speed boost, but it kills an extra enemy and you'll almost be guaranteed to get a heart here on Birdo. We should get a heart. Yep, there's the heart. So if you need the extra HP there, that's helpful. But after that, we're just on to the boss fight here. Alright, so you still can take the safety waiting zone here and wait for low rocks if you want. And you can just, throw the rocks over top. Another thing you can do is stand on this tile here next to Clawgrip, and when the rocks get raised above his head, you can just do a big full jump. And then if you get a low pattern, you can then chase the rock down. But that way, the high rock throws aren't completely wasted. It takes a little longer to grab the low patterns if you get a low pattern, but you can instantly grab the high patterns that way. So that's one way to do this. Technically, if you get lucky just throwing the rocks behind Crabio, or Claw Grip, as it's actually called, and then just getting lucky and getting 5 hits is the fastest way. But there is a fairly consistent way to get 5 hits. So what we want to do is we want to, when we have a, oh god, when we have a safe, we need to be at exactly 2 HP for this. But when we are one, we're going to be to the left of Claw Grip. We're going to jump over Claw Grip. And when we're above the tile, just to the left of where I'm standing now, we want to throw. And then right after the rock hits the wall, we want to turn around and take damage. You know, obvious. Oh, I thought that might actually kill Krabby. Obviously, you can't do this at 1 HP. So there's a glitch in this game where objects keep moving when you're in your damage animation. So another thing that you need to be mindful of is not throwing the rock too horizontally. So you kind of need to be descending a little bit so that the rock can fall into the ground. And you'll see what I mean when I don't fail this. Oh god, just let me not fail this. Oh my god, I am so sorry that I am putting on this awful display of Mario 2. There we go. And so the rock will clip into the ground, but it doesn't want to be in the ground, so it then just comes straight up into Crabio and you get all 5 hits. It's not as difficult as I'm making it look here. Let's get a different pattern here. Well, it's the same pattern, but anyway, you want to kind of wait for a safe time, throw it. You want to get a less horizontal throw, you can release the jump button a little bit before you throw the rock. That'll help it. You just need to have it to be on a good trajectory to, you know, kind of clear these rocks that I'm standing on over here and get below Crabio. So I'm kind of playing like dog turds today. So this wasn't a great example, but hopefully you kind of get the gist of this. But yeah, that is 5-3. You know, if you're looking at these tutorials for all levels rather than the big 20 goal, you know, you can then just go back to an any % tutorial for World 6 and 7. It'll be exactly the same. And then also for all levels, I will work to fill in the gaps on the second half of 1-3, as well as Worlds 2 and 3, as I get a chance. But for now, this is, you now can run one warp, you can run the big 20 goal, and you know, hopefully pretty soon I'll have all the missing information for all levels as well. But thanks for watching. Have a good one.